Hi guys, we're back with another tutorial on the third-person action game series, and today we're gonna go on doing a little bit more of animation and then a little bit of reaction to the weapon attacks. So the first thing we're gonna do is fix a little bit of our animation. So when we hit, we do the feet are kind of like dancing, like more walking, right? And that is because the animation, oh damn it, no, not that one, sorry, this one. This animation is kind of like, yeah, the character needs to go ahead a little bit and then hit, and it kind of rotates a little bit. So yeah, in order to do that right, what we need is to bake those rotations and transformations in the pose. So we're gonna bake the rotation in the pose, which is gonna make the character rotate around when they hit. We're gonna bake these to the Y position, which is only a slight change, but it's gonna be good. And we're also gonna bake the XZ transformation, the XZ transformation. What is the result of this? That the character moves ahead a little bit and goes back to its position, and it's alright because it matches in the loop, so it ends up in the position where it starts. So we are okay with that because we don't move the character. We can use these to move the character exactly at the speed the animation is set to work, and that could be a way of making ensuring that the character is not walking. But then we need to make sure that we also move our character with the animation, and that is something that is beyond the scope of these tutorials. But I wanted to let you know so that you know that that option exists. So now that we have applied this, we hit. You see, we are moving, and then the character kind of like steps forward and then goes back. Good. Good, that's nice. So maybe we'll do a little bit more later. But first, let's add a something so that the things can react when they are hit by the weapon. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create something that is going to react when hit by the weapon, and yeah, let's do that in the scene. Let's create an object here. That's gonna be a cube, small one. 0.5.75. Let's put it at 7, and we're gonna make it a little bit bigger. So it's not gonna be as wide. 0.6 is gonna be 1.5 and 0.6. So basically, it's a box that is sort of as big as a character. And we've got a collider here, and we're gonna add a rigid body because it's gonna be like a rigid body. We're gonna give it some weight, like 75, whatever, as if it was a guy of 75 kilos. And we're gonna change the material. So let's create another material. Red material, so we're gonna just make it red. Yeah, that's it. So there we have it. Our character is colliding against it, and it's not sliding off it, it's not pushing it, and the weapon is not doing anything to it. So what I want to do is to push the object when we hit it with an attack. So first thing we're gonna do is we need to detect when the sword hits the object. And in order to do that, we're gonna go to the prefab. We're gonna add a collider here. This is gonna be box collider. I mean, it could be a capsule too. And maybe, I don't know, it makes sense. I think box collider is just as nice. We can make it like X is gonna be 0.05. Y is gonna be no, but Z is gonna be 0.2, 0.25. Gonna have to make it big, and it's gonna be 0.25 seems alright. 1.5, 2 meters, it's too much. 1.8, 0.75. Yeah, something like this seems okay, right? Yeah, that seems alright. Good. A little bit bigger, 0.3, 0.27. Okay. You know what else we need? We need these to detect collisions when it hits with something else. And the best way to do that is using a trigger. And this could be a rigid body. This could have a rigid body so it detects collisions with static objects. But for the time being, I'm not sure we want that. Let's add it because I think it's okay. We're gonna say don't use gravity and it's kinematic. Okay? Because this is something that we are moving ourselves with a when the character moves, right? So let's save this. Let's go here. So being it kinematic, well, right now, that's alright. The thing is, at least it's moving properly. The weapon is not it's not falling or anything. It's not doing something weird due to the rigid body. Okay. Well, now we need a weapon script. Which is the one who's going to this script controls how weapon, how things react to the weapon hitting them. So I said we wanted to have the characters be pushed when we hit them, right? So push force, let's set it to, I don't know, this much, 10,000, it's a lot, I don't know. We don't need this, but we're gonna have a on trigger enter. We're gonna use the trigger enter for time in, and we have other. If other get component oh yeah, we need. So the thing is, we're hitting something else. We need a we probably want to say, okay, this is something that can be hit by a weapon, but that is an enemy. So let's create a basic dummy enemy script. this script controls the behavior because of the dummy enemy we'll use in our example. I don't know, we will see what we do with it, but it's important that we have, maybe we could do something like when have some health, and when we run out of health then we kick the object. We could do that. Yeah, I think that would be okay. So we're gonna add this behavior here, and the weapon is gonna look for a dummy enemy. Enemy is other get component dummy enemy. If enemy is not null, apply some force. That's the basic behavior we're going to do now. If component create body RB add force, push force. Okay, we cannot use a push force directly. What we can do is do something like vector 3. Here is RB it's other transform position minus transform position. So we're gonna hit it in that direction. Yes, we just hit in the direction between the weapon and the other player. We will change this later. We will use the position of the character instead of the position of the player of the weapon. But for the time being, let's do this. Oh. It doesn't move very much, does it? Let's see if we are actually doing this. Doesn't look like we're doing this. Maybe it is because our weapon doesn't have a weapon component. Yeah. And this doesn't seem to be working either. Let's see if at least we get into the trigger enter, because that could explain a lot. Weapon is there, yep. Doesn't look like we're getting that get in enter. That's the problem. So yeah. We should be getting something here. right? And we are not. That is a problem. Okay. Let's see. Let's do something simple. Let's check if we put the weapon here rather than what it is. We get the trigger enter. Yeah, it looks like we do. Yeah, so it looks like for trigger enter we need to put it exactly where the collision, the collider is, which is a bit annoying, but I think we're gonna leave with it. So yeah. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay. So yeah, it seems to be working now because we have put the weapon here in the collision. Got a weapon collider, and we got a weapon here. And that's fine, but the thing is, we don't want that. We may want to do something a little bit different when we hit the player, right? We, for instance, we could. This is a basic material, just got a color. So what we could do is dummy enemy. We're gonna get stop this. So we're gonna get the material. And we're gonna change the material's color as we hit the player. We'll also give it some health. Which is gonna be 100, and we're gonna tell the weapon what is the damage it does. For instance, 25, right? So it means we need 4 hits. We give it public float max health 100 and public float min time to receive damage. Again, it's gonna be 0.5, so that we avoid being hit twice, like in a row. So if we hit the player, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add something like public avoid hit by weapon. Reacts to being hit by a weapon. So we're gonna provide a public float health, but also public ball is dead. It's gonna be return health or equal 0.0. That's what we're doing. Simple. If we're health, the first thing is if we're gonna be needing this timer. So basically timer plus equals delta time, delta time. That's it. So if the timer is below or equal, so if is dead or the timer is below or equal time to receive damage again, then return, because there is nothing to do if we are dead or we were hit recently. We don't want to react. On the other hand, if none of these conditions are met, then we want to react to the hit. Reduce the health of the enemy. Health minus equal the weapon damage. If dead, apply a force. Apply a force. Let's not do it right now. So, oh, we're gonna do a hit position. Hit position. So instead of applying a force, well, we could say the push force is gonna be push force per kilogram. This is the one. Now, instead of doing this, what we're gonna be doing is hit the enemy. Say enemy hit by weapon. This weapon and that position. Where did we hit? Well, as opposed to a collision where you get a hit point, we don't get a hit point here. So we're gonna use the transform position. So yeah, that's right. We also change the color of the enemy based on the health. This is gonna be, we're gonna change the color of the enemy based on the health so that we know how far we are into killing the enemy. So at the start, we need to get the material. Mesh, render, component, mesh, render. So the material is going to be a new material because we want to make a copy of the material, so we can change it and we are not changing the shared one. Material, and we say, okay, the mesh render is going to use this material. Share. This basically makes a copy that we can use and we can change if necessary. So float call T is math F clamp 01 health divided by max health. Right, so it's 0 if we have no health, 1 if we are full health. So color call is gonna be I got it here. It's gonna be red, and the color is gonna be for instance a gray. What we do is we do a lerp between the color, full health color with call T. Let's say the material, the color is this one. Not sure if this is gonna work. Let's see, because it may not work because the color changes. The color property in the shader doesn't have the name that it expects. It looks like it does. Yeah. Well, we're not pushing it. Let's do the pushing. But one of the things that is annoying is that now, even if we are not hitting, it is still detecting the collisions. So let's fix that first. So the weapon doesn't know about the owner, and that's something that we want to change. So now a attack, child attack, controller, owner, attack, controller. Okay. We need to know who's doing the attacking, right? And that is something that we can set, because actually this is created in the this weapon is created in the attack controller, right? So yeah. Actually, instead of this, but let's keep the weapon too. So weapon is gonna be and weapon is a good component in children, because it is not actually in the root, but it's in the collider. We could fix that. We could fix it by having a weapon trigger and a weapon. So the weapon is in the root and the weapon trigger is in the collider, and then the weapon trigger just tells, okay, there's been a on trigger enter to the weapon, and that would also help us having more than one collider, which could be fine. Anyway, we can set the owner here, which is fine. And that means that, and the thing is, right now we are checking if the enemy is not null, but we should also check if owner attack controller is attacking, because if he is not attacking, we don't want to detect it. Let's go and see. So now it is not changing the color, which is good. But when I hit, yeah, we could even. So the thing is, in the animation, there is like 2 points instead of. So right now, they're like there is like a point where it should start doing damage and another one where it should stop doing damage. So on top of having is attacking, we can have private boolean is doing damage, and we can set it to false. When doing this, we can change this to false, and we can return is doing damage. It's gonna be a return is attacking and is doing damage. So if it's not attacking, it's never gonna return false. It's never gonna return true. But even if it's attacking, it needs to be doing damage. How do we set is doing damage? Okay. Well, animations, we can alter animations a little bit. Slash. That's the one. So this animation, there is like a point where, like when you have charts here, right? Like from here you can do damage until here, and then you want to stop doing damage. So something like this, right? From here, you want to start doing damage. One of the things that you can do is add events in animations. And we can add an event here, which we're gonna call begin weapon damage. And we are going to, we're gonna move these to here, for instance. And we're gonna add another event, which is gonna be stop weapon damage. So that way you have two events that are called at certain points. And these events, they can be captured by the attack controller. And it's very easy to do that. We just add a function with a name, and that's it. We could even have an integer or a float parameter, but we're not going to be doing that. So it's doing damage is going to be true, and this one is called stop, right? Stop the damage. Okay. So if I didn't make a mistake, oh, sorry, no, because I haven't changed that. The weapon, instead of using is attacking, is doing damage. So yeah, this is not changing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like now it's working as expected. Great. So good. Let's do one more thing, which is push the player, push the enemy when its health reaches 0. So the dummy enemy. So if it's there, then apply a force. For force amount is gonna be so first of all we're gonna get the read body. If we don't have a read body, there is nothing to do. The force amount is gonna be the read body mass times the weapon push force per kilogram. The direction is gonna be the character position minus the dummy position. So the to enemy is gonna be transform position minus weapon owner transform position. So basically we're just getting the direction from the character to the enemy. We are gonna normalize and we're gonna apply the force. Let's calculate. apply. So RV add force amount force, and yeah, we cannot use a force, normal force. Basically, we're just calculating how much force to apply, and we're setting it, the force model, we're setting it to force. Because, yeah, I think that's all right. Oh, actually, we want the add force, add position, and that position is gonna be a hit pos, which is cool, because yeah, well, you know, different hits may apply the force at different positions. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's nice. Maybe a little bit too over the top, but that's cool. We can go and open the prefab and maybe reduce the force to 500. Okay, also, there is one thing I want you to know. So basically, this enemy, the position is here, this high, but the character is on the floor. That's why it goes up. I think it's nice for it to go up, but I also think we should control the angle of the force. So, the weapon, we could add not only this force, but also angle, and we could put it to 30 degrees, for instance. So how do we do that then? Calculate the direction to of the force. So basically this is the direction, but instead of doing like that, we're gonna do this to enemy that y is 0, and we normalize, and then we do vector 3 force here is gonna be force direction is gonna be so paths is gonna be weapon angle f vector. So we got the angle in radians, and we're gonna do first thing is gonna be math f cosine of the angle in radians times the dir to enemy plus a new vector 3 0.0 math f sine angle rats 0.0. So this should make the angle whatever we want. So one, 2, 3, 4. That's great. Actually, if we hit it again, we could do this every time it's dead. So we hit it several times, and just because I don't want to be waiting for so long. The sword, I'm gonna give the sword a little bit more of damage, 35 for instance. One, 2, 3, and again. Now 1, 2. There we go. That's cool. So, I think this is starting to look cool. I'm gonna do just one more thing because I don't like the weapon not being in here. So let's create a C# script called weapon trigger controller. This is going to be a very simple script. It's going to have a weapon this script controls tells the weapon when something enters the associated trigger. Basically, we don't need any of these because it's not going to be. Well, yeah, maybe we could have something like that. In the start, we can get the weapon is get component in parent weapon. People assert weapon. No, there should be a weapon component in a weapon. And then we do an on trigger enter, and we just do. And here, what we're gonna do is instead of having a private variable, we're gonna be gonna do a public void do on trigger, and actually we're gonna do it on trigger stay, okay? Because I think it's nicer to have the on trigger stay. This is gonna be called when the player and when a weapon trigger controller detects an object with trigger. On trigger stay, we're gonna use some. So basically we're gonna do weapon do on trigger stay other. This is as simple as this. This is just calling the weapon to do, well, something is happening, tell the weapon. Then in here, what we do is in the weapon collider, we copy the component, add a weapon trigger controller. We are gonna paste the component that's new here, and we're gonna remove it from here. And it should be just fine again. Wow. Something is not working as it was working before, but that's cool. I mean, so the thing is, we are. I think I know what it is. Yeah. When hit by a weapon, we have to reset the timer. We could actually rename it hit timer. Yes. One, two, three. Oops, there you go. There we are. It looks quite nice, I think. And of course, we can make these this dummy enemy as a prefab, and we could have a few of them. We could give them less health so that they're easier to kill, and we could have a bunch of them. let's see what happens. Screw you off. There you go. Let's see. We hit it, and then we hit it again. We can hit this one, and there you go. So yeah, this is cool. I think we're gonna wrap it up for now. There is very little else that I want to cover with this series of tutorials. We have covered animation, we have covered the weapon reaction, which is what we're doing today. We have covered how to place a weapon on your hands. We have covered a little bit of physics and forces and health management. I don't know, I mean, I think I'm gonna be doing a little bit more of animation in a future video, and that's gonna be it. I will be I hope you guys like this video. If you like it, please hit the like button below, and if you enjoyed this series of tutorials, don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you got any comments or any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.